Good morning, folks. This is Jeff from Byers here. We're out here on what should be a very hot and sunny day. And as you can see, we've got ash falling from the sky. This is coming from the Mosquito Fire, which is about 10 miles south of us here, over on the Forest Hill Divide. The fact that we've got ash falling 10 miles away is a real good illustration of the dangers of flying embers. Now, were we to be closer, we may actually see flaming debris falling. All we're getting is ashfall, but it is a stark reminder of how much stuff goes up into the air when a wildfire starts really churning. Today we're talking about an exciting new technology that helps homes that are in the wildland-urban interface area and protect them against flying embers and wildfire. Normal vents, and a lot of vents that we have on older homes especially, have a 1/4 inch mesh on the vents around the foundation, your eave vents, and your gable end vents. The 1/4 inch screen does very little to keep embers out. This is a test that was done at the IBHS where they blew embers at a test house, and you can see that the embers go right through the screening. This vent is a foundation vent. It has 3 elements that are working for it. In front here we have a 1/8 inch stainless steel mesh. On the back here we have a 1/16 inch stainless steel mesh. These 2 screens will keep any embers from passing through into your foundation area. In between there is an aluminum matrix. You can see this is a honeycombed aluminum. What they've done is they've coated this aluminum with an intumescent coating. Now, an intumescent coating is a coating that will expand when it reaches a certain temperature. In this case, it starts activating at about 450 degrees. Once that activates, it completely seals the vent off. This side over here has been activated with a torch. It has foamed up. This side here, you can see right through. We use 2 different types of caulking when we install these vents. One is a Fire Seal 136. This is a fire blocking caulk. The other caulking we use is Firestop 814. Now this caulking is intumescent caulking. It is designed to swell up when it reaches a activation temperature. We're going to replace this gable end vent with the Vulcan vent that is designed to retrofit in here. It's just a little bit more narrow. You know, this vent has been installed in behind the siding, so to make it easy, we're basically going to leave some of this vent intact. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and just cut right through these vanes with a pair of tin snips. A bead of that in here. Now, for weatherproofing, you wouldn't necessarily need to go along the bottom here, but we're trying to stop embers. So water won't be a problem, but the embers may. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and set our new vent in. Bingo. And there you have it. We have our standard foundation vent. Again, this has a 1/4 inch screen, which is pretty much standard in the industry in 1992 when this house was built. The problem that we have is we have a lot of storage area underneath the house. So you can imagine some embers flying in here when we have a major source of embers. If they were to come up this hill, fly right into there, most likely ignite all the storage boxes that I have in there. My house is going to be burning from the inside out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull this foundation vent out, put in a Vulcan vent, which will keep us more ember safe and fire resistant and give us a much better survivability than this old style vent. So there's our screen. That'll go into the recycle bin. We're going to go ahead and put a bead of the Firestop 814, which is the intumescent caulking, around the flange here. That'll keep us nice and safe. That is beautiful right there. We're going to be replacing this under eave vent. Now, the under eave vent is important. You want to have a good flow of heat going from under the eave and then letting that heat that collects in your attic exhaust up high. We have a ridge vent up on top, which is covered with with roof shingles. So that is fairly well protected. But again, we have that same 1/4 inch screening here, and embers can blow in and go right in through that screen and ignite the house from the inside out. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this out. Now 4 nails, I just pop right out of there. It's so junky, it just fell apart. So that new vent is just gonna go straight in like that. There we go. Fits perfect. A little touch-up paint. No question we live in a beautiful area. In fact, there are many reasons why we live here, but we do pay what I call the pine cone tax in a few areas of life. One of which is the increased risk of losing all we have to a wildfire. We can, however, do everything in our power to minimize that risk by creating defensible space around our home and doing some strategic upgrades to give our homes a fighting chance for survival in the event we have to face a wildfire situation. I feel safer knowing our home is better prepared to survive than it was before. If you would like to know how to be ready in case the unthinkable happens, have us come out today and show you how to get your home in the best possible shape for the nearly endless fire season we now have here in our area.